They call us maids, the domestic worker story. We grew up in different places, and we have different names.
But all our stories are the same.
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 My family were poor. Our home was very small. I went to school until I was 12, but we couldn't afford secondary education. We all had to work hard. There was just enough money for that day, nothing left over. We grew rice, tomatoes, squash. If there was a storm, we lost everything. I wanted us to have a better life. School for my niece and nephew, medical treatment for my mother, food and shelter for my children. People told me you can earn more if you work abroad. I didn't want to leave, but there was no choice. I went to the city.
I was 13.
I was 19.
I was 22.
I was 31.
The agency said I must pay to get a job. They would take the fee from my wages. So I went abroad. My employers took my passport and my phone. The work was hard. From 5 in the morning, with half an hour rest at midday, then work again through the heat of the day.
Through the heat of the day, while my employer slept,
And all the evening
all of the evening,
till 10,
Until midnight.
Till 1 o'clock.
sometimes until 3 or 4 in the morning.
My boss was a billionaire, but I never got a day off. I had to sleep on the floor next to the washing machine.
they didn't give me anything to eat. At the end of the day, I could eat the leftovers if there were any.
However hard I tried, they shouted and called me names.
When they were angry, they beat me. They locked me in the toilet.
I couldn't even ring my family. It was years before I saw them again. My employers came to London.
For a holiday.
They come on a business.
They came to study.
They were diplomats. They brought me with them. They told me, in this country, don't talk to anyone or you will get into trouble. My work was the same as before, but I wasn't being paid. They said, wait till we get back home. Whenever they went out, I was locked in the house.
I was locked in the house.
I wasn't allowed outside.
I wasn't allowed outside except with the children. Even when I took out the rubbish, she watched me from the window.
My room had no lock. When his wife was out, the boss would come in. He said if I complained, the police would arrest me.
I met someone from my own country. She gave me a phone and a number. She said I should run away. One day, my employer told me to buy spaghetti from the shop next door. First, I took my passport from where they kept it in the boss's room. I kissed the baby goodbye, and then I escaped. I had no money, nothing, just the domestic worker's number to call. I wanted to go home, but who would pay my debts? Who would support my family? Who would give my children food? Who would pay for their education? I didn't see my children for 10 years. My mother and sister looked after them. They were loved and cared for.
But all I could do was send money and presents.
All I could do was send money and presents. Sometimes you miss your family so much, you can't even swallow your food.
You aren't allowed to look sad.
You have to wait.
You have to wait till everyone has gone to bed.
Then you cry.
Then you cry.
Sometimes we scream.
In the domestic workers group, they helped with my visa problems. And they helped me find a new job. My new boss is kind, so I don't mind the long hours.
I don't mind the long hours.
The group is like my family now.
The group is like my family now.
We have good times together.
We have good times together.
We have good times together.
We support each other.
We are supporting each other.
We support each other.
We are working together.
We are working together to bring about real change.